And welcome to the We Like Sportz Show. I'm your host, Ed in Columbus, with my co-host, Casey. How's it going, my guy?
I'm just watching highlights of RG3 to Terrell Pryor, so nothing too crazy over here.
You're watching highlights of RG3 to Terrell Pryor, and you want to say that that's not crazy, considering that as Cleveland Browns fans, we actually lived it in real time, but you decided that, I don't know how many years later, you're going to watch it again, and that's not crazy?
RG3, the topic, NFL posted this. They have 12 million subscribers on YouTube. This thing is RG3's 50-yard TD bound to Terrell Pryor, exclamation point, parentheses, preseason, end parentheses. And then on the right side of it, there is a 6-minute video of Terrell Pryor 2016 Ultimate Highlights that has 120,000 views. So I'm not the only one out here watching.
There are 120,000 sick people. Maybe some of them are Buckeyes, a lot of them Cleveland Browns fans. But I will say one thing about TP. He was fun and exciting while he was here. It was kind of weird with that contract negotiation thing and everything that went down with that. So I don't know. That was a weird tenure in Cleveland Browns fandom.
It gets even better. So I figured I'd scroll down here and look at some comments from 7 years ago. So first one, man, RG3's deep ball's back. Second one, Terrell Pryor looks like he's made that transition to wide receiver nicely. I don't know about that one. I think if we look back 10 years ago, I don't know about that. And then maybe Peyton Vince. I'm a diehard Steelers fan, but it feels good seeing RG3 do that again. Wouldn't mind if he threw for 200 plus against us, as long as we get that W.
That's so strange. Well, speaking of a Cleveland Browns fan and one of the biggest ones out there, our other co-host, Keith Allen. Come on down, Keith. What's going on?
Nothing much. Slow start.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
The RG3 to Terrell Pryor getting going over there.
That's for the OnlyFans later on, Keith. And or maybe RG3's a subscriber. Maybe that makes sense.
Oh no RG3.
Did you guys see that interview he did with Cam Newton?
Yeah, yeah, I did see it. And then the other day
RG3 said he's still him, Kaepernick, and Newton would be a top 32 quarterback if they're in the league right now. There's no reason why they don't have a job in the NFL. All three of them.
No.
And then Cam Newton wants more than $6 million.
Nobody's going to pay him that.
Yeah, nobody's going to pay him that. I will say one thing. Cam Newton, the weirdest thing about him I always thought was his attire after pre and post game. Some of the stuff that he was wearing. Now, I know I get made fun of because my hats and my ties, but some of the things he was wearing. Maybe for $6 million, maybe that's why he needs that $6 million.
Yeah, to pay for
some more outfits or something like that. So I don't know. Well, we lost Keith, but that's okay because you know what time it is. We're going to get into some little housekeeping right now, and we have a new sponsor. That's right. It's Dubby time. Dubby, want an energy drink that you can mix at home that doesn't give you the jitters or makes you crash, because nothing's worse than that. If so, then try Dubby. These products have no calories, no sugar, no maltodextrin. Don't know what that quite is, but you know what? It's got to be a bad thing. They don't have it. That's always a good thing. No fillers and no artificial colors. Dubby has great flavors such as Dragonade, Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dub Sludge. Ooh, got the dub right there, getting the Dub Sludge. So head on over to dubby.gg and use the coupon code We Like Sportz to get 10% off your order. Our friends at Dubby offer clean energy to help you be better. So that's always a good thing. So head on over, check them out. Also, one of our other sponsors, Official League. Head on over to Official League. Like I said, get a cool lid like this, like the 1970 Sandlot Champions in Cleveland. Of course, they give me the champion's hat because they know that I'm a champion. So, also check out the Snooze You Lose podcast with Uncle Joe, the Black Bookie. He'll get you set with your Sunday Snooze You Lose pick of the week. Who doesn't want to add more biggity bank, biggity bank, biggity bank? And also Tight Nutrition, because also check those guns out, Casey. Get those guns out. It's time for the gun show. You want a protein product, and head on over to Tight Nutrition and get the guns like that. So, yeah, there we go. And I think our man Keith is back. So, Keith, you good?
Yeah, I'm back.
The return.
The return of Keith. Okay. Well, you know what? We always like to get into it because we know a majority of our following are Cleveland fans to some extent. We do have a big base in the Cleveland area. But also one thing about being based in Cleveland and kind of having that, the Browns are very drama-filled, interesting. So let's get into it. Casey, Your thoughts about this whole Deshaun Watson thing. And like I said, the news for the national audience out there is in Cleveland, we're hosting the San Francisco 49ers this week. Deshaun Watson did not play in the past game against the Baltimore Ravens. He has a shoulder contusion on his throwing shoulder, which is a problem. We thought with the bye that we just had this past week, he would be back for this upcoming game. He did not practice yesterday. He was practicing inside, says head coach Kevin Stefanski. They were off today. We'll find out more tomorrow. But word is that PJ Walker will start for the Cleveland Browns if Deshaun Watson is not ready to go. Casey, your thoughts about Berea, what's going on in your Deshaun Watson takes?
So the one thing that cracks me up is the Baker Mayfield. We say, man, they shouldn't have played him when he was hurt. Why do we play him when he's hurt? Poor choice. Now we're not playing Deshaun Watson when he's hurt, and it's, man, poor choice. What are we doing? Now, no one except for Deshaun Watson, truthfully, just Deshaun Watson knows how hurt he really is. So it's interesting. I'm sure you saw the articles about the players kind of being pissed off that he said he was playing all week and then didn't play in the game. Now, the difference between him and Baker Mayfield is the money, right? So you're paying him all that money, and he's not playing. And then we saw DTR, we were so excited to see him play, and what did he do? Looked real bad. PJ Walker, I think he's decent. Like he's played some good games in the NFL. Look at his stats. When you pull PJ Walker, I'm telling you, man. I pull it up right now after Keith goes. I don't think it's that bad. PJ Walker XFL MVP. I'm telling you.
MVP of what league was that you just said?
What did DTR hit? What did he do?
Well,
he got shit. So and he looked like he ain't got shit. So
I am not a big DTR fan. Like I said, DTR stands for don't throw, run. So
even Deshaun Watson. I mean, he doesn't know anything. I mean, it's the money, but I want him to play because we're paying him that money. But if he's hurt, I don't want him to play because then it's just going to be the same shit as Baker Mayfield. What if? Because if you wouldn't have played him when he was hurt, you never know what could have happened if he would have stayed healthy and just sat him out for that year. It's the same with Deshaun Watson, right? And it's similar to me with the Guardians. McKenzie and Bieber, just keep them out. Like, should have had the goddamn surgery. They wouldn't have anything for this year anyway. Why? It would play in the long run here, right? So
that's why we have you on, Casey, because not only can you go from Cleveland Browns to Cleveland Guardians, and I apologize to the audience out there. We were contractually obligated to cover the AL Central this year. Unfortunately, one of those teams are our favorite team, the Cleveland Guardians, or unless you're Keith Allen, who's a big Yankees fan. Keith, I'm hearing what Casey's saying. I'm buying a little bit into it, but I need to hear your perspective before I go on a rant.
I just don't know the best scenario. Right. What is the best? We're losing this week. The fucking Niners are tough. So I don't think we're winning this week no matter what. But what is the best case scenario for us to do here?
It's one of them situations you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. But I do agree with Casey. If Deshaun is hurt, what is the question for real? Why put him out there if he's hurt? And like I said, shoulder injury, we went through that a couple years ago and see how that worked.
Exactly. But Keith, to your point, though, what's coming out of Kevin Stefanski, and because I think that a lot of the backlash is you had Kevin Stefanski before the Ravens game. This is 2 weeks ago. Before the Ravens game, I was on Locked On Sports 216. Shout out to Keith, great show, especially when I'm on it. But before that show, we were doing a pregame, and Deshaun Watson decided he wasn't going to play. So all this news that's coming out, Kevin Stefanski said he was ready to play, was medically cleared to play back then. And that was 2 weeks ago. All of a sudden, he hasn't played a game since Kevin Stefanski said he's medically cleared to play. What's going on, Keith?
Well, my biggest problem I have with the whole ordeal is whether Deshaun is going to play or not, the team just shit the bed. For real, against the Ravens.
2 weeks they did, and against the goddamn Steelers, the two teams that we need to beat, they shit the bed against both.
They shit the bed, and regardless whether DTR played or not, and I'm gonna say this, Stefanski didn't do DTR no favors, but the defense didn't do no favors either. Think about this: the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game this past Sunday was a direct same game as the Browns-Pittsburgh on Monday night, September 18th. Same game. And Pittsburgh is Kenny Pickett ain't nobody's choice for quarterback of the year. But yet, the defense still hung in there and made it a game. And Tomlin made it ugly until they could make a play. And the Browns basically, I don't know if I can say this on the show or not, they completely bitched out 2 weeks against the Ravens.
You can say that.
They played like bitches. The defense especially. They play like bitches. How Lamar goes untouched on the next play after interception. And you got a rookie playing, so your points are going to be minimal at
right.
best.
You had to hold them to a field goal. Yeah.
Right. You had to hold them. Pittsburgh did it, and they somehow came out on top. And I ain't give Pittsburgh a chance ass against Baltimore.
It's an AFC North, man. It's all those teams that you never know what's going to – I even said around the league, I feel like it's so hard to predict what's going to happen because there's so many teams. The Jaguars, talked about them. Now they're heating up, right? So, like, it's so many teams.
Bengals, same way.
Yeah.
Bengals, same
you
way.
Look at all these games and teams. It's like even the Cardinals beat the Cowboys. You never know who's actually going to step up and who's not. It's crazy. But in the AFC North, it's no matter how bad you could be, they're usually close games. You think it's a blowout.
I want to push back a little bit and kind of throw out this. What is it with the old – okay, a lot of people, the perception is the Browns is the Browns. And then you got Kevin Stefanski coming out and saying that he's medically cleared to play and Deshaun Watson doesn't play. I'm old school, Keith. I know you're old school. Casey, not so much old school, but you're the boy handsome one. That's why you're on the show. Here's the thing. What's up with this whole adage of if you're medically cleared to play? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got your money, Deshaun. You got your $230 million. So unlike Baker Mayfield, who was fighting to get a new contract. Another thing too, you know what I'm saying? Baker inserted himself in and would say, "Oh, I'm going to play," and you know what I'm saying? Well, this one seems like more of a Stefanski talking and Deshaun not talking. So we got the opposite dynamics going here with player coach when it comes to communication with the media and what's going on. So my thing is this: if he's medically cleared to play, why isn't he playing a divisional game at home? He had to, I think that's the frustration of it. Maybe if the Browns, like I said, if he's truly hurt, if Deshaun Watson is truly hurt, then yes, don't play. I totally understand that. But at the same time, is he really hurt? We're not getting answers. I understand it's the whole you don't want to tell your opponent. But at the same time, the San Francisco 49ers are not stupid. They're going to play the same defense. I don't believe in this game of cat and mouse. If he's, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they have to be so coy with us. Let people know, is he hurt or not?
But can I say this?
Only he knows, though.
The Browns know? Don't they come Jim? The Browns know?
Yeah, well, I agree. But I'm just saying, a doctor can clear somebody, but and I'm not a Deshaun Watson fan, but only he knows, and it's a difference. Baker Mayfield toughed it out. Was out there every single week.
He's
he was
fighting
hurt.
for
He was
a contract.
still doing it. He was out there. Watson, I'm telling you,
he got paid, and is he just?
Can I say this? Baker Mayfield went out there. I don't know who the hell was advising him, but he should have sat out, and he'll probably still be the Browns quarterback to this day. Because if you look at it, before Baker suffered that shoulder injury, all the tape the Browns would have had to go by is those first 2 games in the previous season, which would have meant dollars.
T.Y. Dollar sign.
Even if he doesn't play and he sits that out in the Browns don't. Let's just say the Browns don't pay him. One of those other teams would give him a shot.
Paid.
Because it wouldn't have been. Even the Browns would have passed on him. Gave him away.
I will say a major difference as well with Deshaun Watson this time. This is his throwing shoulder, unlike Baker's. It was his non-throwing. Yeah. This is so. If he's truly hurt, I just think as a Browns fan, and it's 2023, I get it. I just want to know because of the games that have been going on. I'm frustrated as a Browns fan, and I'm sick.
Get used to it. You should be used. You should be used to it.
But Ed, I'm also tell you this: what happened all during the week of practice? Deshaun never practiced during the week.
Yeah, DTR played the whole week. They said.
And truthfully, if you don't practice on Friday,
you're not playing.
9 times out of 10, you're not playing. So really,
especially as a quarterback,
I was shocked that they'll come at it like this, but I wasn't surprised.
Right.
And really, all they had to say to quell that fire was it's day to day. We don't know.
Right.
We'll see how he feels before the game.
Yes. Game time decision.
Yep.
And that does not by no means give Stefanski a pass. I told one of my boys this. It don't give Stefanski a pass. I mean, the reason why Stefanski said what he said, because now Stefanski has nobody else to point the finger at.
Yeah, Schwartz is stepping up, and he runs, and Stefanski runs the offense. So, I mean, the defense was keeping us there.
He has nobody else to point the finger. He don't have OBJ to point at. Oh, he's not running the routes. He don't have Baker. Well, see, he can't do this or do that.
Only thing is Chubb is out. That's it.
He don't have. He doesn't have. Well, the defense ain't doing shit this year. My defensive coordinator is garbage. My special team, you got all that fixed this year. Mm-hmm. So now it's all squared on Stefanski. And think about this. If DTR was doing all the first team snaps during the week, shouldn't he been playing better than that? And shouldn't the game plan got amended just in case Deshaun doesn't bring his ass out there? That's on the coach.
I totally agree with that. I like I said, I think this,
because when you look at it, practice tomorrow to me would be the biggest day as far as practice, whether he practices or not. Don't mean shit that he didn't practice Monday, but if he doesn't practice tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, don't be shocked if he's not out there against the Niners. For real, for real.
Well, we will
cross your fingers and pray that it doesn't get ugly.
Well, I'm
telling you, even if we got
even with Watson in, I think it could be ugly.
I'm telling you, like I watch the Niners a lot just because I have McCaffrey on fantasy and Kittle. And I'm like, I like watching them play because they, they're tough.
Dude,
Purdy.
I went to bed, but you know how you wake up from time to time. I went to bed. Dallas was down early. Then
so did I. I went to bed like halftime.
Increased.
Yeah,
and increased. And I'm gonna be honest, Dallas is like my second favorite team. They didn't have a shits of a chance against San Francisco.
No, and you think about it, Dallas is. I mean, they're looking better than the Browns are this year, except for it's kind of like the Browns. They look real good in a few games, and they look like shit in a few games. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of teams are like that this year.
Yeah, and Dak hasn't done nothing to impress me at all.
Yeah,
for real.
Well, here's what we're going to do, guys. I think
he's preaching everything I want to hear. Baker Mayfield, the praise. I'm going to
I said that for the longest. I was like, if Baker should have sat out, I don't know who the hell was giving him his advice, but whoever gave him that advice to play, he should have kicked them in the ass because that fucked up his money.
Well, I totally agree with that. Don't mess with a man's money. But I think what we'll do then, we'll hit some NFL Pick Ems coming up, and then we'll hit up some NBA. Then we'll hit some Major League Baseball up because we got the baseball playoffs. We had a great game between the Phils and the Braves yesterday. But do you guys hear that? I'm hearing something.
I hear a news plane coming.
Oh, okay. Well, it's time for Break-Ed News. That's right. This is NFL with your We Like Sportz. Break-Ed News. After blowing a late fourth quarter lead in Pittsburgh this past Sunday, the Baltimore Ravens have flown to London for their upcoming game. And with the Orioles in Texas down 0-2 facing elimination, that stinky smell coming from the Charm City is just its residents and not from the underperforming sports teams of late.
I would love to see Matt Trigger's face right now.
Sorry, Matt. Miami Hurricanes head coach Mario Cristobal came out and admitted he made the wrong call and should have had his quarterback take a knee in the ugly loss against Georgia Tech. Maybe Cristobal should have recruited more quarterbacks like Colin Kaepernick, who would have taken a knee even if the play call dictated otherwise. And finally, Browns Nation awaits the status of quarterback Deshaun Watson, who is nursing a hurt shoulder that we were talking about. One thing we all know is that Kevin Stefanski's shoulders are fine because he had no problem throwing Watson under the bus after the loss to the Ravens.
Truth.
And this is an with you. We Like Sportz. Break-Ed News. Don't hate me, Matt Trigger.
That's truth. Have y'all ever seen a scenario like that when a coach threw the player under the bus like that? Well, he threw DTR on the bus too.
Yeah, he did.
Because he knows he's got to fight for something here. He's not Ron Rivera just backing up and saying, "You can take my job from me." He's trying to save it at least. And then with that Georgia Tech game, I don't know how that's insane.
Yeah.
And Cristobal's it's not a young coach. He's in a good team.
He said this. He said that in all the games, he doesn't take a knee. He hands it off. Now, this was the first time it was a one-score thing. But if you have a chance to just take a knee out of the player's safety and everything, why wouldn't you just take a knee at every chance you get to end the game?
I mean, in Madden, I don't take a knee, but this is real life. Like I got my job on the line. Like I said, Cristobal wasn't he at Oregon when they were good?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't like this is his first time in a situation that's, I couldn't believe that. How often do you see that happen?
Never.
Yeah.
I mean,
damn it, Cristobal, we trying to get Miami to the Big Ten. Get that.
Yeah.
And you screwing up, losing to Georgia Tech. The hell is going on with you?
I think it's I have the sheet. I made the sheet today. I have the sheet. I am going to record our picks, and next week we will report back to see who wins this week.
Okay.
Usually, like I said, we go around the NFL, but since we didn't have the show on Monday, we're having it Tuesday. All the games were done. So what we're doing is we're looking ahead.
Are we doing straight up or with the spot here?
We'll just do straight up. Point spreads and everything like that. I think it's tough enough to just get it right to pick the winner. So
let me write this down so I know.
I have it. This is keeping it.
I want to.
Okay.
Trust Ed in Columbus.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him either. First game we got is Thursday night. We have Denver at Kansas City. I wonder if the Swifties will be there. I don't know, but we'll start with you, Casey, and then we'll work our way back. Casey, who you got? Denver Kansas City. Kansas City.
I'm not even gonna watch that game. Denver, sorry.
Okay. All right. Keith.
KC.
Yeah. Fair enough. I think that'll be a clean sweep. I will say one thing. It was fun to watch Russell Wilson getting chewed out by Coach Payton. That marriage is really rocky to begin with, and it's only going to get rockier, I think, this week in Kansas City.
Yeah, and truthfully, Russell Wilson really hasn't been the problem. That defense has been the problem.
They can't stop anybody. That's the one thing that they've had the past couple of years. And Sean Payton rolls into town, and that Rocky Mountain defense and the Orange Crush and everything, not getting it done. I think the Colorado Buffaloes might have a better defense.
Right, because Russell Wilson leads the league in touchdown passes or something like that. He's up there.
That's crazy if he does.
That might be Break-Ed News right there if that's the case. I have not been paying attention. Keith, if you're right on that, we'll have Casey check that right now because you might be right, actually. You might be right.
I got to take out the PJ Walker stats real fast. So.
Well, those are huge stats right there.
Take those down and just save them for a good day.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, shout out to Sean. Yeah, Colin can go sit on a cactus. Ouch, that would hurt.
That's what Ed does that a lot. He likes sitting on a cactus.
Yeah, that's I don't even know what to say.
Like sitting on other things that start with a C. But...
Hey now. Well, with that,
I'm trying to see the spreads as well for this week. I'm curious.
Well, while you're looking at that, we'll head across the pond for Baltimore at Tennessee. And for this game, this is going to be a good, because I think Tennessee's garbage, but Baltimore, like I said, coming off a bad loss at Pittsburgh, with the time travel and everything. You know what? Give me Tennessee in this game. I'm going to roll with Tennessee.
The Bills did struggle. We did see the Bills struggle go across the pond with that because Jacksonville was already there and they're so accustomed to playing there. This game is Tennessee Titans are 3.5-point underdogs. To give us some sense of that. I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Hater.
I don't want them to. I'd rather root for Tennessee. But.
Keith,
I gotta agree with Casey. I can't go against the Ravens.
I don't.
And then
especially after a bad loss.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And then with Russell Wilson, this is the QB touchdown rankings. Kirk Cousins #1 with ratios 13-4. Second is a tie between Josh Allen, Justin Fields, Tua, and Russell Wilson at 11.
Go figure.
Okay. Well,
Justin Fields.
Wow.
And crazy enough, out of all those quarterbacks I just named,
Justin Fields playing the best.
The one with the least interceptions, Russell Wilson.
Yep.
11-2.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
We did have some news today in the NFL when our next game we have Washington and Atlanta. Atlanta traded for Jefferson from the Rams. So
we have Van Jefferson. This game is a 2.5 point favorite for the Falcons.
You
know who is Atlanta and Washington?
Yeah. Who you got, Keith?
I got Atlanta.
Okay, keep going. 8TL. Who you got, Casey?
I got Atlanta because Desmond Ridder had the best game of his career. He's coming off 300 yards. He looked, I mean, the best he has. And like I said, the Commanders.
Atlanta beat Houston last week with a kick at the buzzer. Basically, they're playing at home again. Letdown game. Give me the Commanders.
Wowza!
They can't stop nobody either.
No, but they do got I think Howell, I think he's one of those quarterbacks. He does really good, he does really, really bad, he does really good. I think it's in a dome. I don't know. Atlanta, I don't know. I don't think they're good by any stretch of the imagination. So
Sam Howell has 6 interceptions and 6 touchdowns.
Well, there you go. There you go.
And what's his name? I don't even see Desmond Ridder on here. Maybe he hasn't thrown a touchdown all year, but I don't see him here at all. Oh, he's on the next page. Sorry, he's on the next page. He's thrown 4 touchdowns.
Well, we're going to our next game, and I just got a text from Peyton Vince, and I was going to bring this up, but it's funny that he brought it up now, that Minnesota Vikings worked out Colt McCoy today. Are they possibly going to trade Kirk Cousins maybe? It's a season.
Ooh.
So this game is it. Bears are a 2.5 underdog.
Mm-hmm. It's in Chi-Town.
Oh, man. That's interesting.
I'm going to go with the Bears.
The Bears.
Because Justin Jefferson is out, too.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Who you got, Casey?
It's a good point. And they just got rid of Chase Claypool. The Bears did.
That dude's a head case. He's a crybaby, bitch-ass hair case.
He's Antonio Brown without the talent.
Right. I remember he was sulking his tears when Cleveland put Pittsburgh out.
You're correct. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with I don't even know. I'm going to go with the Vikings just to be different because I don't know. I think Ed's going with the Bears.
Well, I was going to go with the Vikings, but since you win Minnesota, I'm going to go with the Bears.
It's a tough one because they're just Jefferson out. Yeah. You know, it's
if you're not fans of these teams, then you really shouldn't be watching.
I mean, I watch his Cousins is my quarterback, but
he's on my team. Yeah, I got him too.
Yeah.
But so, I will say this: last year I had Justin Fields as my fantasy quarterback.
He's on mine. I got Cousins
that
and Fields.
Dude puts up some points when they let him play his way.
Yeah, running.
Correct.
But he's been doing it throwing the last 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, he has actually. And so we're gonna go down to the jungle. We got the Seattle Seahawks at the Cincinnati Bengals.
So a lot of these games are very close. I could tell from
what's the point spread?
Yeah, this one is 2.5 point underdogs for the Bengals. Or no, sorry, for the Seahawks.
I'm going Bengals.
Jamar Chase, man.
Jamar Chase. Yeah.
And guess who played against him in fantasy?
That would be you.
Guess who lost by like only 15 points?
That would be not you.
Well, yeah. It's crazy. How the hell looking at 65?
That would be you.
Yeah, of course it was me. Yeah, so these are a lot of tough ones. The good thing about I can't gamble on money line and spread in Florida because these are tough. I'm gonna go with the Bengals just because I think maybe they're going to turn it around.
Okay. Keith.
I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals. They at home, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow's starting to hit his stride.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a 1:00 game, so then the time difference
game,
is 2 for Seattle traveling over. I think.
Yeah.
I don't want them to win. I want
Seahawks,
but
I'm going with Cincinnati.
Do I have to mention this game? Should I just mark it all the same? San Francisco at Cleveland. Give me San Fran.
So the interesting thing about that game is the spot for that game.
What is it up to now? Is it
5?
Oh, it's 5.
I just can't believe
Wasn't it 4.5 at one time?
It was 3.5, then 4.5. Now it's 5.
Shit, I would have hopped on at 3.5 for the Niners, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go San Francisco.
Yeah.
Sadly,
when I played my scheduled game,
it was a loss. It was a loss.
I had it penciled as a loss, so I'm gonna go with it. I'm still going with San
Francisco.
They haven't done anything. I mean, and next to the Niners look better.
Unlike Kevin Stefanski's fourth down call, sometimes Keith is not getting too cute with this one. He's
the end around, yeah. Triple reverse. Someone did that. I was watching a game, and someone did this weekend. Someone did the same shit. It was 3rd and 1, and they ran like a double end around. And it didn't do shit. I don't.
North and south, coaches. North and south.
Someone said on 1st and 10, maybe you run this, but I don't know about 3rd and 1. I don't know if this is a play you run on 3rd and 1.
Don't do it.
Don't.
Yeah, then you lost 2 yards. That's 4th and 3.
Because when your job evaluation comes, they're gonna probably fire you.
Just run that goddamn that sneak at that Philadelphia runs, man. Everyone runs it now, and they get their automatic
push.
Automatic first down. The rugby play.
Exactly.
Well, let's go to Houston, where they're going to host the New Orleans Saints, who's big off a win over the Patriots, 34-0. CJ Stroud, shout out to the Ohio State University and rookie quarterback CJ Stroud, who's now thrown 186 passes without an interception, breaking the record of Cam Newton. Give me New Orleans.
This is pretty much a pick 'em. It's a 1.5 favorite for the Saints.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Saints come marching in and get the win.
Saints got the defense. They travel.
They do travel. Okay, Keith got the Saints.
I got the Saints.
Casey.
I'm going to go with Houston. Just because, I don't know, gut feeling. I don't, because I was just thinking about this. Since they got Kamara back, they've not been too bad. Because that's amplified it. My only thing is, they don't throw the goddamn ball to Chris Olave that much. I don't really understand that one because I have my fantasy, so I know because I, again, watch it. I
got Olave too on fantasy too.
Yeah, because I'll watch some of their games that come on Red Zone, right? And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, he's a great player. Why are we not giving him the ball? Like, I love Michael Thomas too. I like Thomas and I like Olave. I like a lot of the guys on their team. I just don't know why we're not throwing the ball to Olave. It confuses me. So Houston surprisingly they've been in every game. Like they've hung around, and like you said, CJ Stroud's looking good. So I wouldn't be surprised either way, But I'll go with Houston.
Fair enough. This is an intriguing game because of Indianapolis at Jacksonville, because we talked about Jacksonville heating up. Indianapolis has been looking good. They beat Tennessee this past week. They got Jonathan Taylor, got the 3-year, $42 million deal. Richardson's out, so Minshew Mania is back. I'm going to go with
4 points. 4 points.
Okay. I just want to say this. We are not using the point spread in these picks. We're just using them for reference, but give me the Jags.
I'm going with Sunshine.
Going Sunshine too, okay? 2 for the Jags.
Jacksonville.
All right, that's a clean.
I think with Richard, I mean, even if they have Richardson, as I said, it's about who's getting hot, who's cooling off. Jacksonville's heating up. It's what happens when they play in London. That's their. Maybe when they come back, they suck again. You never know.
We'll find out.
They're tough.
That's stay home away from home in London.
Exactly. So with the Colts. It sucks. I was telling my friend who came over for Sunday to watch the games. I said, it's kind of crazy to me because Richardson, he's pretty built, I would say. It's interesting how these quarterbacks get hurt so easily, on running the ball and stuff like that. I get their bodies are built different than the receivers and then the running backs, but Richardson's built pretty well. Like there's some receivers I feel like that are built, same kind of, dimensions as he is. It's just interesting how they get hurt so easily like that.
Somebody didn't tell Richardson that he's playing against grown men now.
Yeah, Keith, I was about to say that the hits in college where Richardson, absorbs the hits, in the NFL he takes the, what I'm saying, is a difference between being able to.
And it's a shame, man. I want to see what he could do.
And on that play, he could have slid, and he didn't.
Yep.
You got to start sliding.
It's like a lot of those guys that run in college that they know how to slide. Russell Wilson was so good at it because he played baseball.
We'll get into baseball in a little bit, but yeah, I'm glad you said that, Keith, with the slide.
Needs to slide. He needs to slide.
Next game, we're gonna go down to Miami as they host the Carolina Panthers.
13.5.
Can I clean sweep, guys? Clean sweep here.
So let's see if Miami can make 70 again.
I will say to you. Oh,
so you're taking Carolina?
I'm just gonna say
this. Oh, hell no.
I told you guys before, I've watched a lot of Dolphins games because my buddy's a Dolphins fan.
Oh,
so I got 2 TVs. My first TV, I watched the whole Dolphins game on that, and Red Zone was on the smaller one, right? That game, they shouldn't have. If they had played any competent team, they would have lost. Because who do they play? It was the Giants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Fucking Giants suck. So they played the Giants.
Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Drew, by the way. Giants
I am telling you, they were giving that game away. Giving it away. If they played anybody that was not one of those bottom Commanders, Panthers, or the Giants, they would have lost that game. Truthfully. And Achan's out, but Jeff Wilson comes back. And I've spoken on Jeff Wilson nonstop about this. I think he's going to come back and be a big player for them. Now, the tough thing about the Dolphins, that speed's crazy. They showed a stat because I said I watched the game. The top 7 speed players with the top,
Tyreek
speed
Hill.
this year. It's all Dolphins.
Yeah.
All 7 are Dolphins players, right? And just watching that, they were pulling away because they had big plays. You know what I mean? A 70-yard touchdown. Those big chunk plays is what it is. So the Dolphins, they're going to win this week, I think. But don't be surprised if it's closer than you think it would be. Just because they Tua, I'm telling you, man, in the red zone, throws in a triple coverage at the 3-yard line, 99-yard pick 6.
Oh,
I don't know what he was looking at, right? So he looked good, but there's some plays that there's it's tough. And with
his brother had a pick 6 against Ohio State. Proctor for the Buckeyes picked him off and went in.
Exactly.
So must be a
but with
Iloa thing.
I talked to him last week. It's insane to see his stat line: 7 carries, 140 yards. 2 weeks in a row.
That was insane.
And the other thing I was saying, they kept passing the ball. The run game, it was crazy. HN averaged 16 yards per carry. And then Mostert was 7 a carry. And they were getting close. And what was he doing? Passing the ball. Just run the goddamn ball. You got 2 guys that are tough. Run the ball. So, like I said, the Dolphins are going to win, I think. But it's good. It could be closer. It could be a blowout. But it could be closer because they were playing sloppy. They were, throwing the ball around. And they might have underestimated the Giants. So it could happen again this week against the Panthers. I wish the Browns played these goddamn teams. Because with these 13-point spots, if the Browns are playing the Giants, the Commanders, the Panthers, I think we'd be undefeated. Goddamn. So
we got some 4:00 dog games coming up. We'll go by real quick so we can talk more baseball, more basketball, and everything. New England at the Raiders.
Another 2.5.
Give me the Raiders.
Raiders favored.
Raiders.
Patriots.
Okay.
Detroit. They're both below.
Oh, I know. Here's a good. Oh, this actually, I should have called this one a dog. This one kind of got overlooked in my sheet right here. But Detroit at Tampa Bay. This might actually be one of the best games of the week right here. Detroit at Tampa Bay. I'm going to say the Lions on the road get it done.
Detroit's 3-point favorite.
Okay.
Down goes Baker. Down goes Baker. I got Detroit.
Right. So put on that Eddie Murphy Beverly Hills Cop coat that he wore. There you go.
Yeah.
Axel Foley.
Yeah, Axel Foley. That song was made just for that movie.
Do, 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 do,
Yeah.
do, do, do.
That
And
song.
ain't Mike Evans hurt too?
Why
I'd
not?
be shocked. I'd
Why
be
not?
shocked because it'd be more than 3 points if it was.
Yeah. What do you got, Casey? You take it.
I like the Lions, but yeah,
Okay.
they're playing in Detroit or they're playing.
No, it's in Tampa.
It's in Tampa. But it will be close, I will say.
Give me Tampa just because of the heat.
Okay.
So, because I was trying to be contrarian. I don't want to be,
No.
but it's tough this week. I'm not lying to you guys.
You have 3 Baker Mayfield jerseys. I am not surprised.
But every game, like all the spots are within 3 points. Like that's the thing about this. Like that's what swayed me to go a certain way because it's not like they're pretty close. Thankfully, these games should be competitive this week.
Well, speaking of a competitive game,
Casey, get you a creamsicle Baker jersey.
Oh yeah.
I can get my Buccaneers hat and just put on the orange brown jersey. Look like it's
No. Creamsicle Baker jersey.
Hear that? What's the bet you want to make?
No more bets. We're moving on. We're moving on to Arizona, the Rams. No more bets. Arizona at the Rams. Who you got, Keith? Because I don't even know.
I got the Rams.
Okay. Casey.
Yeah, the Rams. Cooper Kupp's back, and I think the Rams are a better team than people think.
I'll go Rams as well.
I think they're better than people think they are.
All right. Well, here we go. Eagles at Jets.
That's only a 6.5 point.
Wow. Give me the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Begrudgingly say this. I gotta go with the Eagles.
Yep. I agree. Can't not do that.
Sunday night's game. Now Battle of West. Well, it's in Western New York, but Battle of New York, even though the team plays in New Jersey.
How the hell did they get 2 games in a row that are prime
Giants
time
at
games?
Buffalo? I have no idea. Giants at Buffalo. Give me Buffalo.
That's 14 points.
They schedule based on last year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I get the Jets because they had Rodgers with these other goddamn the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got excited. The Giants are like the dads of New York for real.
Well, we talked about it at the start of the year.
Jets.
Like they had a lot of hype. The Giants had the hype this year.
Yeah, but I'm going
the
with
Browns
Buffalo.
A couple years ago. Yeah, so am I.
I think a clean sweep for Buffalo here.
So when it goes to the spot, the only game that is over double digits is the Broncos in prime time, the Dolphins, and then this game.
Wow.
So two of the 3 primetime games.
And plus, you're getting Josh Allen pissed off.
Yeah,
that's true.
You see some of those Bills players complained about the field being too hard at
in London.
Over in London too. Yeah, they said it was like cement they were playing on.
Well, old Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia was that way,
or the old Astrodome.
Yeah. Yep.
During the Love You Blue days.
Yeah, there you go.
This Monday night game's tough.
I was just about to get a Dallas at the Chargers. I don't want to go first.
It's 2.5 points, and the Cowboys are favored.
I think the Cowboys are going to win this game.
Okay, Keith says Cowboys.
Because Brandon Staley's fucking horrible.
Yeah,
that's the reason why.
I'm going to go. I'll go Chargers just to be fun.
Chargers will make it interesting though. It's going to be interesting.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah,
because both teams are good at blowing a close game, so it'll be interesting.
And like Casey said, our good old friend Brandon Staley is going to do something.
And our good old friend Dak Prescott's going to do something too. So that's what I'm saying.
So who does it? Who you got winning?
I got Dallas winning.
Yep.
Shit. I'm going to go with Dallas.
All right. And I did take the Chargers. So, all right, that concludes our NFL Pick Ems.
I'm going to put a money line parlay in all these picks.
Fair enough. And if you want to bet responsibly, don't listen to a word we say.
You don't listen to me.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. All right. Well, see, this is something that we talk about. Like I said, we always like to pregame, and you mentioned that you wanted to talk a little NBA action. Is that correct?
Correct.
Well, let's talk about it. So, hey, take the floor. It's yours, my guy.
Right. So I got a few things I just want to hit on. Because we haven't talked about NBA in a while, and there's some actually news going on in the NBA, surprisingly. The thing that gets me is Cavs, Eastern Conference, right? So the negative here is Boston. I think people forget. I don't know if you guys have, but they got Porzingis as well.
Yep.
So they're running with Drew Holiday, Brown, Tatum, Porzingis. That's they fill in the Horford. You got a that's a tough team to beat. Last year they were tough without Holiday and Porzingis. I mean, that's tough. You look at the Bucks now. Fuck. Yeah. Lillard and Giannis. And it kept Middleton, kept Lopez. That's tough.
Yeah.
The Sixers, I don't know. I think the Sixers might be, kind of going back down. Embiid's
it always depends on Embiid's health with them as well.
Correct.
So.
But you got Harden there, and you don't know what the hell is going on with him. In Embiid's, I like him, but he's just kind of a baby per se. With
he's a malcontent. He's a malcontent.
Yeah, he doesn't. So I watched an interview with it was Jay. I'm not gonna care, but JJ Redick's podcast is a great podcast.
Yeah,
just letting you know.
He's really good. JJ Redick, I like him. He's really good. He is really good.
I watched the Iguodala, Evan Turner. They did one. They said that Jimmy Butler, because he played with them. They said Butler, when he played with Embiid didn't have that dog in him, right? He didn't have that alpha male, kind of trait that you need as that kind of best player on the team. That's where I think it's tough for them to, make that next move. And then the Cavs with having, we got this kind of the same team, little pieces that were big. Getting Strus was good, and Nang, I think, is a good pickup.
We overpaid for Max.
Yeah, but what else do if you probably, but around that, what else are you getting, right?
Yeah, true.
And he's going to be a big part. And I was reading the article about an interview with him. He said that him and Mobley are working on pick and rolls, because with Strus and Embiid, Bam over in Miami, he had film from Bam and him that he gave to Mobley and said, "Hey, I want us to be like this, but you're better. You stretch the floor. You have more potential than Bam, right? So we could do this and more." So I'm kind of excited about Strus and the Mobley kind of thing that you don't really think about. And he's upgrade over fucking Okoro.
Speaking of Mobley, I think I saw something on X that was saying, I don't know if it was GMs or it was people in the NBA, but most people think that he's the guy to have a breakout season.
We keep saying this. We said it last year too, but I love Mobley. I know he has the potential. I need now to see it instead of hearing. Right? I get it's tough. If you would put him on the Pistons, fuck, dude, he could run it. Right, but you got Mitchell, you got Garland, you got Allen, you got so many good guys around him. It's hard for him to have that game where he has to, he puts up those Kevin Garnett or Chris Bosh stats when they were on the Timberwolves or when they were on the Raptors, because he's not in the same spot as them, or Anthony Davis and the Pelicans. He has a good team around him. Those other guys had shit around him. That team was on their back, right? So that's the negative. You look at the stats and you don't really see what what you're hearing. But I think it's just because it's hard to have a game where he takes over, because you have those other guys around him. That's the kind of thing that's kind of stunting his growth per se, right? With Jared Allen being out, they said the positive is now in the preseason, at least, he has room to work. You know what I mean? He has that down there. It's kind of his show now. Whereas I love Jared Allen too. Playoffs, they all sucked, but I like Jared Allen. I think he was a great addition. I think he's still great, but it's having kind of too many mouths to feed kind of holds him back from becoming a stat pattern per se, like other guys would. So I just want to know what you guys think of that Eastern Conference now, because like I said, there were some movements around. I want to know what you guys think about. It'll be the same top teams, but you know what I mean. It's different pieces of the teams now.
I think it's right now in the East. It's Milwaukee, Boston. Then you have the Cavs and Philly.
Because the Heat, I think the Heat are. They got Jimmy Butler still. I swear to God, I thought Ed was going to show up today with the Jimmy Butler.
Did you?
Hair and the nose piercings and all that.
That's Halloween. Halloween's coming up. That's for Halloween.
That's what you should wear for that thing. You should be emo Jimmy Butler, but you should be for that costume.
And wear your hair like Jimmy Butler had his hair.
No, I'm gonna wait for that. I don't know if that's going down to here.
And then after that, after after Miami, and really Miami is going to be a hard tell team because but Miami
they're
got
always
some
tough.
players that they plug in anyway. The Highsmith kid was pretty good from last year.
It's the system. That's what it
It's
is.
that heat culture.
It truly is. Like because you got those guys like Strus wouldn't have got paid what he got paid if he wasn't
If it
Gabe
wasn't
Vincent.
for him.
Some of those role players, like
That's what
it's
scares
huge.
me because if he comes to Cleveland and doesn't have that heat culture,
Right?
I
and I
think
think Atlanta will be better this year too.
I was gonna say so. I'm trying to pull up last year's standings because I'm curious. Movement wise, we're looking
the
at
team-
that.
teams like
I'm expecting-
Indiana, watch out for
Two
Indiana.
teams I'm expecting
The
also
Nets.
Indiana,
Yep.
the Nets, and Orlando Magic also. I watched a lot of Orlando Magic basketball last
What
year.
do you? Are you living with down here and I'm living in Cleveland?
Yeah,
What's
what
going
is
on, bro?
this?
I watched a lot. I watched a lot of their games. They're going to be tough too.
Yeah. Well, I think to kind of sum up what Casey said about the East, it's the same teams per se. It's how much better did Boston and Milwaukee get compared to the rest of them.
That's what I'm saying. That's not so. I've said this before. The Cavs were so goddamn good with LeBron on that second run, but we had the bad luck of the Warriors being there as well. If we had that team any other time frame, we'd have won
champions.
one.
We're champions.
So it's the same with the goddamn Cavs now. The Cavs I think have a good roster. They didn't make too many moves, but they got a young core who gets better and better and better each year.
Yes.
Right? Whereas other teams have guys who are trading for, moving around, taking like that. I think we're good, but the issue is the other teams around. We struggled against Milwaukee and we struggled against the Celtics. Yes. Yeah. Like we'd be tough, I think, if they wouldn't have made those moves. Right? If we're playing against if they made role player moves like we did, I think we might have been able to take that step and move up. But now it's tough with them making not just like a role player addition, it's a huge player.
It's like watching the Fast and the Furious, and you caught up to them. They hit that Nas button, and they're like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because like looking at real quick last year's standings for the East, it was Milwaukee who got better, the Celtics who got better, the Sixers did not get better. No. I think they might. I
think we might have passed them. I think Cleveland's third now, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. The Knicks. Forgot about the Knicks.
I don't know about. Here's the thing about them: they play tough. They play a tough physical brand of basketball. But I don't know if that equates in regular season wins. It works in playoff series because you can get physical. I think Cleveland will finish ahead of them in the regular season.
The Nets, and that's without. I mean, granted, is it Ben Simmons? They said is supposed to be coming back. All better than ever.
Okay.
I seen some highlights. I seen some highlights last night. He looked pretty good.
Okay. They did get some good pieces, I think, around. Like it was a Cam Thomas and somebody else. Who was the other guy? Bridges, they're pretty tough. So you got them. The other teams are the Heat, Hawks, Raptors, Bulls, Pacers, Wizards. It was the rankings last year at the bottom. So I mean, like the Hawks did. I don't know. The Bulls, I think, are garbage. So I don't think the Bulls I got to worry about.
Ball's gone.
Pacers, I do agree with you. The Pacers, they were 35 and 47. They do have some good players in that team.
Yeah, there'll be a scrappy team that can cause some trouble. Like I said, if they can sneak in, maybe.
But I think Keith? What do you think of the Knicks? Because we forgot to talk about the Knicks. What do you think about them?
To talk about. They're going to be a player. They're going to be tough.
Do you think the Knicks are better than the Sixers?
It all depends on which James Harden we get.
That's what I'm saying. I said the admin. I think the Sixers, they might be going down. Like they didn't lose big names, but like I just think, the way I said, Harden's the piece. Yeah. And what do you trade Harden for? Like, and would I be amazed if they traded away Tobias Harris? They traded away Harden. If they just kind of kept Maxey, right? But they kind of went through kind of like not a rebuild, but kind of move some pieces around and try some new guys, like the classic James Harden teams he's always on, the classic Russell Westbrook teams that he's been on recently. Where you kind of move those guys around and it's just nothing much. But
plus, Philly's playing for Joel Embiid's love.
Yeah,
for real.
Well, you saw Giannis. The Bucks were playing for Giannis's love after he said, "I'll stay with Milwaukee if they show me they want to compete." And then what happened? So I'm sure Embiid wants the same stuff. Yeah, I'm sure Embiid's looking for the same kind of love back.
And the crazy part is that was a trade that Philadelphia probably could have made.
Yeah.
Because who would you rather have, Dame Lillard or James Harden right now?
I think it had to do with a lot of the other pieces. I think maybe they didn't have as many younger pieces to throw.
Maxey, they would have to get rid of Maxey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think Portland wanted Harden. So
no.
It would have been a 3-team trade where Harden, goes to somewhere and et cetera, et cetera.
Wasn't it a 3-team trade anyways, though?
Yeah, with Ayton. Yeah, Ayton went to
right. That's what I thought.
To the what are they called?
You can go to
Blazers.
Blazers, yeah.
Because they traded Nurkic. Nurkic went to the
Suns.
Was it? I think it was.
Yeah. Yes. Correct. That's gonna be. I mean, I don't think
That's
Nurkic.
gonna be interesting too. Because Nurkic is a useful big man.
That's what I'm saying. These trades that are made this year, they're gonna be interesting.
Well, I just want, before we move on to baseball, I did want to hit on. Okay, so obviously we talked about the East, obviously because of the Cavs and everything. But quickly, NBA Western Conference. Who's the favorite out west? Would you say? I want to see Durant and what the Suns do. I think that for some reason it's not going to happen for them, whether it be injuries or But I think that's going to be a fun team to watch with Booker, Durant, and everything. And what do you think? Does Golden State make a revival this year?
I'll run through the standings of last year so we get a refresher of how it went.
Okay.
It was the Nuggets, Grizzlies, Kings, Suns, Clippers, Warriors, Lakers, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Thunder, Dallas, Utah, Trailblazers, Rockets, Spurs was how it ended up last year.
I'm going to go on a limb. If Zion decides that he wants to play, New Orleans going to be a player in the West.
They were kind of for a minute, like
when everyone was healthy, McCollum, Ingram.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
if Zion decides he wants to play,
isn't it Valanciunas? Is that their? Yeah, Valanciunas I think is their center. Because Steven Adams is the Grizzlies.
That's a pretty good team. I mean,
because with Zion, he's like a top 5 talent in the league.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, McCollum's a good piece. Ingram, I think, is tough. Like, they got a good team.
But I can't count the Lakers out because that team got retooled at the deadline and they took off. Yeah. And I don't see them slowing down for real. And, of course, you got Denver.
Yeah, I think Denver's the clear hands-down favorite, I would say.
Got Denver. Golden State, to me, they're going to be good, but they're too small.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think that. And you got it has a lot of good teams in the NBA this year.
And another team, watch out for when this man comes back, is Memphis.
Yep, I was going to tell you. They were only 2 games behind Denver.
They're going to be a squad that nobody wants to face. And Memphis
no Dylan Brooks on them this year, so no.
Right. They might be a 4 or 5 seed this year because you don't know what they're going to do with Ja Morant being out for 25 games?
25 games, yeah.
Yeah. So watch out for them too. The West is kind of wide open for real.
I think it's the Nuggets and everybody else. I still think they're the clear-cut favorite.
What about the Kings, man? The Kings.
Yeah, Mike Brown.
One team that I think that could. So in the bottom rankings, right? If we're looking at the Spurs, I don't think are moving up that high. They're not making the playoffs. Houston got a few. No, they make the 10. They make the 10 seed, right?
Yeah,
Trailblazers.
Another team that we haven't mentioned, OKC.
That's where I was going.
Yeah, and Chet Holmgren is there this year.
Who has a better rookie year? Because I know Chet was injured his first. Chet Holmgren or Victor Wembanyama? Who has a better rookie year?
No one getting hurt. No injuries in either one.
No injuries,
if that's the case. Play a full season or play, third, 3/4 of the season.
I think Chet Holmgren. I think Chet Holmgren because Chet Holmgren got the better team around him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to do as much.
Victor's got better stats probably, but
my thing was going to say that Victor has the experience of kind of playing more recently and hasn't been hurt, and he's kind of played, in the, but I better team. So stat wise, like you said, I think it'll be Victor because he's like we said earlier.
Somebody's got to score.
Davis, Chris Bosh, Kevin Garnett type guy. You're carrying the team,
right?
Whereas you got Chet on the Thunder, where you got pieces around him.
Because if he can average 15 and 10,
Yep, that's all
They
he's
may
got to
be
do.
a top seed too in the West.
Yeah,
I'm being honest with you, like the NBA, looking
it's
at
fun
this.
again. It's fun.
Yeah, because
Right.
you know who you also forgot? The Jazz, the Timberwolves, and the
Wow.
Mavs. The Jazz were pretty tough last year until they fell off because of injuries. You got Dallas. Kyrie and Luka didn't play that much, but Luka's a top 5 player, top 10 for sure. You could argue top 5.
And Kyrie can turn it on anytime.
Yes, you got
Get
another
that
year with them
switch.
together. The Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns,
and Rudy
I'm telling
Gobert, yeah,
he can shoot a 3-ball now. But I'm telling you,
who can shoot the
you
3-ball?
Rudy Gobert. You didn't see the videos?
No, really?
Yeah, he's playing for France, like in the FIBA thing. He's shooting 3-balls, man.
Oh my!
and Lauri Markkanen on the Jazz, man. Lauri Markkanen, he had a big year last year, and I'm just telling you, like,
you know why I like Lauri Markkanen? Because he knows how to finish. Get it?
The only teams that are gonna like, because the Eastern Conference, we didn't touch on the Hornets, the Pistons, the Wizards. The Wizards made some moves.
They gonna suck.
Wizards got Poole and Kuzma. I think they're gonna have good stats team-wise.
Right,
I
but
don't
their
know.
team's not gonna win it. Yeah.
But they got the ability to put some numbers up, to win some games.
Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Sean. He writes for us on We Like Sportz and everything. He understood my dad joke of Lauri Markkanen knows how to finish. Thank you, Sean.
I got it, but I wasn't going to acknowledge it.
I didn't get no accolades from you.
I got it too.
If I don't feel the love, I'm going to repeat myself.
And I think Charlotte going to end up trading Miles Bridges to the Cavs.
Well, I'll take that.
I wish. I'm just telling you. So good thing we did this, because now, like I said, I'm excited for the NBA because we got a lot of teams, a lot of good players, even the bad teams.
I even said we're going to just basically brush on the Western Conference.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it just as long as the East.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Look at I'm excited. This Victor Wembanyama, the Rockets. I'm going to see what they could do. Our fucking favorite guy, Kevin Porter Jr. Surprise, surprise, in trouble again. But the Trailblazers got some guys. It should be over. I hope it is over.
It might be over.
He's a goddamn Josh Gordon, man. So much potential. You're good on the field, but you just can't stay out of trouble off the field.
I wouldn't say he's a Josh Gordon. Because Josh Gordon stuff was a lot of Josh was self, and the laws now weren't.
They were different.
Correct.
Yeah, it was a different time.
At the end of the day, the rules are the rules.
Right.
Breaking the millions of dollars. You could hold off on that weed a little bit.
Right. But Kevin Porter can't keep his hands to himself. He just
And then wasn't she a WNBA player too?
That's ugly.
He's a jackass.
That's ugly.
I love that we drafted him. I thought he was great for us.
Yeah,
right? He was great for us. He'd be perfect if he just for us right now. Even stay out of trouble. Can you imagine him off the bench for the team we have now? That'd be perfect. That's what I'm saying. We need a scorer off the bench. With Amani Bates, we want him to be. Was Kevin Porter if he's out of trouble. But I'll tell you, all these teams, I'm excited for the NBA season to start now.
You got me pumped up, Casey. You said let's talk NBA. I'm like, okay, we'll dabble into that.
I'm telling you.
I'm more fired up about that than I'm in the NFL right now.
Correct. But to close on
I'm
the
definitely
NBA,
more fired up about the NBA than I am baseball.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly. So
we are contractually obligated to talk Major League Baseball playoffs, Keith. Sorry.
The NBA might be my topic that we.
It ain't no baseball playoffs if it ain't no Guardians or Yankees in there.
Fair enough. But what we'll do though is, because I do want to hit on NBA next. We'll keep going. I want to thank Casey for bringing that up, but we will talk in Major League Baseball playoffs because I wrote the description and it's in the headline. So I have to. Peyton Vince will get really mad at me if I don't. So what we'll do is we'll go by it real quick. I will say one thing. The O's are playing the Rangers tonight. O's are down 0-2. So Matt, yes, that was
Rangers, dude.
Yeah.
Rangers now they're heating up again. They cooled off when they're heating back up.
It's gonna be an all Texas AL final. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think, what was it, Casey? What's the score? It was 4-0 Astros over the Twins last time I saw. I don't know what it is now. But
who do you prefer, though? Astros or the Twins?
I hate them both.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like neither one of them. But
Give me the Stros, and here's why. Look, I will say one thing. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. People call them cheaters. So what? They didn't take their trophy away. Another thing, too, I think it'd be a better series than with Texas, kind of have that Texas two-step in the ALCS.
6-1 in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, okay, so they'll be up 2-1 over Minnesota then if that stays.
That's the kill shot right there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then, Baltimore plays Texas at 8:30.
Yeah.
Or 8 o'clock. 8:03. Not 8:30. 8:03.
Don't be smelling birds.
Wait those 3 minutes, Casey. Wait those 3 minutes. So do you think? I think the Rangers, if they don't get it done tonight, I think they'll get it done. And then obviously they just got to win 1 out of 3. I think they'll get it done there. So like I said, I think I do have a Texas two-step in the ALCS.
Yeah. Key for the Rangers is keep it away from going back to Baltimore.
Yeah,
do that. They'll be good.
They'll be fine. Yeah. All right, then we'll head over to the National League. Dodgers down 0-2, lost their first 2 games at home. Corbin Carroll looking like a star for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Yeah, he did good at the All-Star game, but he's a fun. Major League Baseball's got some fun young talent. I just don't know who they are. He's one of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Kershaw couldn't get it done game 1. Is Clayton Kershaw the biggest big-time pitcher that can't get it done in the postseason? I know he did the 1 year and they won it, but overall, if you look at his stats in the postseason, he's pretty horrific.
Well, so far, your record and your stats says you are what you are.
Right.
Right now.
I mean, I thought Kluber was bad but he ran out of gas in 2016.
Well, he was bad because the goddamn same team saw him 3 different times the same year.
Right.
Right.
You run him out.
Exactly.
So many times in 10 days.
If the Guardians would have had one of their starting pitchers healthy, if Trevor Bauer wouldn't have played with the drone, they would have won that World Series.
Yeah, you're totally right. Okay, why do I do that to myself? I shouldn't do that to myself.
I can bring up fucking Manny Harris, Anthony Bennett. I mean, Marno Samuels.
Say
Christian Iyenga.
He said Anthony Bennett. I had to. Tony, I'm gonna give him 5 more seconds.
Yeah, you could have been time out.
Yeah, all right, you're back.
It's like what the hell is it? Around the horn where you get muted for
I had to. You mentioned Anthony Bennett. You said all those names, Manny Harris. But then I thought to myself, I heard Anthony Bennett, and I had to. For the sake of the show, for the viewers out there that heard you say his name, I had to do it.
Got to keep him relevant.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
he lives rent free right here, man. All those players live rent free on the side of my brain.
Are they playing a game inside? Is a pickup game in there?
Yes, it is. Yeah, they're playing pickup in my head.
Yeah, Deion Waiter's probably in there fouling people.
That's right.
All right, and then like I said, we talked about that. All right, so in the I think that's good enough. Phils and Braves. I will say this: what a great game last night. So Phils won the first game. They're up 4-0 in game 2. Braves make a dramatic comeback, and the way that the game ended, you got Bryce Harper on first base, a shot to center field. What looked like could have been a game-tying hit was caught by the center fielder. He doubles up Bryce Harper, and that's the way the game ends. I think that the Braves got the momentum now. It's 1-1 heading back to Philly. I look for a Braves Diamondbacks NLCS.
Interesting.
That is it.
I like the Braves, but I'm not sure if you guys saw the picture of the post-game interview of Acuna and then the post-game interview with Bryce Harper, or like a picture of Bryce Harper. So it was like a side-by-side, right? And Harper had a shirt for Trey Turner on, right? That was like a GV artwork type shirt, hyping up Trey Turner. And then Acuna had on in this interview his own shirt with his own stats on the shirt, right? So it said, look at the difference in the kind of team atmosphere, right? Because it's kind of more individual accolades. Like, it'd be cool if, Ozzie Albies was wearing that, that shirt for his teammate, but it's, caring more about your own stats, right? It seems like the Phillies have a team that's kind of more, who phrased it? Who the hell played Colorado? They're here for the clicks.
The coach whatever is that?
Yeah. It's like that kind of. Yeah, that's what I view it as.
Well, Casey, that's how Keith and I feel. We're carrying you weekly.
Yeah, exactly. Correct. I got to see the GV artwork shirts of me on your guys'.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's what I need. But I'm hoping anyone with the Dodgers for me, and then anyone but Houston or the Twins. Okay. I want Texas. I'll take Texas or the Orioles, but I wish they were not playing each other.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Preferably Texas, just because of our, Rangers throughout the year.
Shout out to Allen too.
Well, y'all know where I stand.
It's not the Yankees, it's not the Guardians, and you don't care.
I don't care.
Okay, fair enough. At least you're consistent. At least you're consistent. I was gonna.
I don't care either, truthfully, but
and could they please squash the rumors of Kevin Cash coming to the Guardians?
I kind of like that. I'm kind of a big.
I thought you wanted Brett Ausmus. You said you liked him on the Tigers so much that you wanted him.
Think about this.
Eric Wedge.
Why would Cash want to go to another team that doesn't spend money?
Well, did you see the game one at the 3:00 game? It was like a Tuesday afternoon.
Nobody was there. Nobody was there.
Why in the fuck would you build a state?
Build it and they will come.
Have I talked about this on the show about the stadium?
Yeah, but feel free to.
Why the fuck are you building a stadium in the parking lot of the current stadium where you're not pulling people to go to? When everybody that lives down here says move the damn stadium to Tampa, not St. Petersburg, even Orlando. Do not keep them in St.
idiotic. I didn't know they was doing that.
Yes. So Tampa Bay is an hour from Orlando, right?
Right.
St. Petersburg is 30 minutes past Tampa Bay. You have to drive over a goddamn huge bridge. It's so much traffic.
Huge bridge.
It's like 3 miles long, this bridge. I'm not bullshitting you.
Who the hell is making those decisions?
This stadium is in a neighborhood. Not a neighborhood like, Fenway and Wrigley, or in a neighborhood that is, a decent neighborhood. It's in a neighborhood where you look outside the stadium and there is a middle school across the street.
Oh.
You park in that middle school, $10 parking. That's it, right?
It's a family atmosphere.
There is nothing around the stadium.
A lot cheaper than up here.
Yeah.
But the tickets are more expensive to go to these games here than it is to go to a game in Cleveland, right? And the records are usually the same around, average price, average record, same thing. It's crazy to me. So instead of building the new stadium in Tampa Bay, where there's a downtown Tampa, where the Tampa Bay Lightning play, Tampa Bay Lightning, a really successful NHL team right now. Also, there's 3 different concert venues in Tampa, downtown Tampa. Would it not make sense to put that stadium in downtown? Yes. Instead, they keep it in St. Petersburg. So currently, the Trop is right here, and the parking lot is here. What they're doing is putting the Trop right here, new Trop, whatever you're going to call it, the parking lot here.
Casey is a civic engineer in his spare time.
What are we doing? I'm on a Tampa Bay fan. I only go to 3 games a year and they're playing the Guardians, right? So I'm on a huge Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay, right? If they were still in, I'd root for them. I had no problem with them. I like Tampa. But, come on. That's just foolish to me. Now I'm done with the Tampa Bay rant.
Thank you. You just.
What you said makes a lot of sense, though.
Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
All right. Well,
I didn't know that was going down. That's idiotic.
There you go. So there's some insight.
We're going to calm Casey down. Like I said, he is a civic engineer in his spare time, making Florida better, coast to coast to coast. But until then, we're going to do this. We're going to do this, Casey. This is your time to shine. We had the NBA. You shined. We're going to do a little time hop. 2013. We got out of 2004. Casey actually grew up for once. Casey grew up by 9 years, and we're in 2013.
It was my freshman year in high school. So I already know Keith is going to fucking kill me on this one. This is going to take 5 seconds. Keith is here. In 2013, if he was killing 2004, this guy's going to be killing 2013. This shit was like yesterday for Keith. So I already know I'm not going to have a chance here. But what triggered me to go to 2013 was a picture I saw online. I told Ed before the show. So they had the team picture for the, star players of the Cavs this year. Media day, right? You got the media day. You kind of have your best players in a picture, right? So we had this year, it was the main 4, Mitchell, Garland, Karis LeVert was in there with the 2 bigs, Mobley and Allen, right? So that was our media day kind of, star players. 2013 was the picture compared to it 10 years ago, right? Because the media day from 10 years ago to now. There was only 3 players in this media day photo. Who were they?
Anthony Bennett was one.
Negative.
Kyrie, Tristan Thompson.
Kyrie is
Tristan
one of
Thompson.
them. Tristan Thompson is not one of them.
Whoa. The hell
This
was
is
with Kyrie back then?
This is a very interesting team. I'm going to read the whole team after you guess these two. But this is
now, what year was he? Now he was 2012. No, he was 2010. I think.
Kyrie.
They are both. This is a set of 3 guards.
Oh, 3 guards. Okay, 3 guards. Okay.
Mo Williams.
No. I'm amazed. I'm amazed right now that
Palacios. What's that one guy we had? Palacios. What was his name?
Ricky Palacios.
Yeah, Ricky Palacios. I'm just throwing out any name right now.
Kyrie and
So okay, I know they drafted Anthony Bennett in 2013. But he wasn't theirs. But they did draft him because 2014 was Wiggins, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, Wiggins
one
was
of the players was drafted right around the same time. The other one was a veteran.
Jamario Moon.
No. Can't believe I got this one.
Man.
Can you give us initials?
Boobie Gibson, Mr.
No.
Love and Hip Hop.
So I'll give you the colleges they went to.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
One was, I'll even give you the birth year so you get the sense of the age.
Okay.
So the first one I'm going to give you, you're going to get it right away. I ain't going to tell you. Syracuse.
Dion Waiters.
Dion Waiters.
Okay.
I knew you were going to get that one. This one's the tricky one.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to get you might get this one. Georgia Tech. This was his 8th year in the NBA.
Shumpert.
Jarrett Jack.
It was Jarrett Jack, yeah.
Jarrett Jack.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
oh my God, they had 3 guards in the picture.
Yes, this was the best player. So let me run down.
Right there, our team sucked.
Let me run down the roster now because this triggered
Make
some
it
memories.
stop, Keith. Make it stop.
This triggered some memories for me. Now you'll understand when I read the rest of this roster why those were our 3 best players. You ready? There's a few you forgot about in there.
Oh,
Tyler Zeller, this was his second year, right? Off his rookie year. Dion Waiters, Varejao in his 9th year, Tristan Thompson in his 2nd year, Henry Sims, center, remember him, first year.
Remember him.
wow.
CJ Miles in his 8th year, Sergei Karasev, remember that guy?
Yeah, we drafted him.
Yeah, we
Rookie
drafted
year.
him.
Jarrett Jack, Kyrie Irving, rookie Scotty Hobson,
Oh, Scott. Yeah.
Wow.
Spencer Hawes in his 6th year,
Okay.
Alonzo Gee in his 4th year,
Ooh,
your
we
big
was terrible.
fan, Carrick Felix from Arizona
From Arizona State. From Arizona State, right?
Yep, he was a rookie. Shane Edwards was a rookie. This is where you're going to get some flashbacks, maybe. 9th year out of Duke, Luol Deng.
Oh, jeez.
Remember we had him.
Dang it.
Matthew Dellavedova's rookie year.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember him. I used to see him running down Brecksville Road.
I believe that too.
Yeah, he used to run down Brecksville Road.
Anthony Bennett in his rookie year. Andrew Bynum in his 7th year. Earl Clark in his 4th year. And Seth Curry in his rookie year.
Wow, we did have Seth Curry at one time.
We drafted, That was our we actually, surprisingly enough, went 33 and 49. I thought we'd have been worse than that. But
that's the year we tried to win. That was when Mike Brown came back as coach.
Yep, Mike Brown, correct. So to end this whole 2013 time hop, I want to give you
number 1 pick though. We got the number 1 pick the next year because we got Wiggins.
Correct.
Yep.
I want to give you a great quote from one of those players that were in that media day photo that I'm sure you'll remember once I say it. So the quote is, "I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 9 because you go 0 for 9, that means you stopped shooting. That means you lost confidence."
Who's that? Dion Waiters?
Yeah, Dion Waiters. Yep. That's a Dion Waiters quote.
Don't surprise me, but I remember that now.
Yep, correct. That was a Dion Waiters. On the Heat. When he was on the Heat, he said that.
That's
Here's another quote that's actually on a Brainy quote website. You can't judge a book by its cover until you open it up and read it. There are going to be a million stories out there, true or not. I say get to know me first before you judge me. Dion Waiters.
That's usually people that are like, I don't know, not liked by people. That's usually what they say.
Want to hear another one?
Why not?
Men lie, women lie, but buckets don't.
Oh,
Who said that quote?
That's it. Deion Waiters.
Deion Waiters. Yeah, I mean,
and ain't that when Andrew Bynum was running up in one of the?
Keith dropping some TMZ right here.
He was.
Do you remember when he overdosed on gummies on the team plane for the
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
for the
Yeah.
It was passed out when he landed. Yeah, I used to like Deion Waiters, man. I
like
truthfully.
Deion Waiters. Yeah. He remember got in a fight with Kyrie Irving in the locker room.
I believe that too. Want to hear? I'll give you another one. I mean, this is a quote machine. That's just Philly cheese swag. Now everybody see me, they do the pose.
Yeah, he is from Philadelphia.
It's him doing that. Yeah. Deion Waiters, goat.
Well, that's
Yeah. So
okay.
time hop's over. You're welcome.
This has been the Casey Show. We went back time hop 2013. We talked NBA.
Bring it to Tuesdays. I take over.
Fat Tuesdays with Casey here. But yeah, before we hop off here, I guess I always want to go around the horn and talk about what's coming up or what's on your mind, or I guess I want to start first because I am wearing the Taze Valley colors. That's what this is, the Taze Valley Vikings. My daughter, who is a cheerleader, it's senior night at Taze Valley this Friday night, so me and my wife will be on the field, and so shout out to Callie Kay as she is a senior, and we'll be on the field rooting for the Taze Valley Vikings as they host the Logan Chieftains, I believe, and a game that we probably, I don't know how it's going to go, but let's just say it's going to be a win because it's my daughter's senior night. So that's all I got going. So Keith, what you got?
The Glenville Tarbletters will go to the state championship in Division 4 despite having 3 losses this year. But if you look at who they had their 3 losses to, hey, it is what it is. You lost to Avon, undefeated. Holborn, undefeated. And IMG, that's a college team in high school.
That is a college team, yeah. That's the one that beat Columbus Sycamore, and that's kind of what exposed
that
them.
That ended that program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Glenville
that's where I should have said. That's where I should have went.
Run through Division 4 this year.
BS High or whatever it is.
Yes, BS High. You seen that documentary?
I've not seen it yet. I've got.
You gotta watch it, Ed. Okay. You gotta watch it. Oh my God, that dude. You gotta watch that documentary, man.
I can't believe that actually happened. That's the crazy thing about that.
Right, and the thing was that was sickening during the Sycamore loss.
I know. Shout out, whatever. Thank you.
When Sycamore lost to IMG, they didn't have medical personnel on their sideline. It was one of the players' moms.
Oh.
Oh.
And like 2 dudes that got hurt in the game. One dude tore his ACL. The quarterback shoulder
out of shape.
What the
fuck so they put my ass out there in that. All 3 of us out in the field.
And they had grown dudes on that team.
That's what I'm saying.
And they were like 24, 25-year-old dudes.
Yeah, that's like putting me out. That's what I'm saying.
And they were still getting their ass whooped.
It was like 59-0. I think
it was 66-0, something like that.
Okay.
And the sad part, the game was on ESPN, and what made it bad is that's not a representation of Ohio high school football. Because you got the programs down by you, Ed. Like, Hilliard Davidson's,
Pickering Central, Pickering North.
Yep. Right. Cincinnati schools like Cincinnati,
Moeller,
Princeton,
and Moeller.
Yeah. And up here where we got St. Ed's, you got Akron,
Ignatius.
Holborn, Ignatius. Ignatius having a hard time this year.
They are. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Ignatius, Glenville. That was not a true indication of
Ignatius's coach. Football. His coach just retired. Was it?
Chuck Kyle.
Yeah, Chuck
Kyle been coaching since I was in high school.
That's what I'm saying. So that's a difference.
What do you got, Casey? Before we head on out of here, because
I got a softball game tonight.
Okay,
run a 3-game win streak. Started the season 0-4. We are 3-4 right now. So
what does that put you in the standings now?
3rd. So actually not too bad. We're playing the undefeated team. There was a kid in this team that played college baseball. It's a co-ed league, so he shouldn't be in this goddamn league, but it is what it is. So we'll see. But we got some hope. We got our best players coming tonight.
What's your average this year, Casey? Or this
last week I went 5 for 5, 2 triples, 2 singles and a double. So
you're legging those triples out, are you?
The reason they were both bases loaded triples.
Okay.
And the people in front of me, I would have at least go to inside the park home run one of them, but you got to bat male, female. So the woman in front of me, a little slow. So yeah, so I play shortstop and left field, so that's the two spots I go on. So, but yeah, we're got a game at 9:30. What blows is I got to work tomorrow at 6 a.m. So
join the club, brother.
Yeah, not too thrilled for that. Only positive is the field's like a mile down the street.
Nice.
We normally play at ESPN. We normally play at ESPN.
Yeah,
like ESPN has a whole stadium.
Right, I know. Right, yeah, he's at the Wild World of Sports.
Yeah, Wild World of Sports. We usually play at ESPN. Those fields are, as you would imagine, beautiful.
Yeah.
This one's not really a nice field. So positive is it's right by my house. So look at it that way. But what I'm going to leave you all with is Deion Waiters.
Here we go.
His career high.
You got a Deion Waiters jersey down there too.
I wanted to get one. I swear to God.
Drew will get you one. Well, Drew, a Syracuse guy.
Yeah, you're right. I used to love Deion Waiters. I should get a jersey for cheap now. I got to get a Syracuse one. But his career high.
Supposed to make a comeback this year.
That's what it said during COVID. I saw a quote. I was looking up quotes from him too. He was slimming down and dieting and getting in shape. He never came back, but he was the Lakers during COVID in the bubble.
Yeah, he was.
Sure was. Is he a champion? He's a champion. Yeah,
he's a champion. Him and JR.
Yeah, him and JR Smith.
So crazy enough to me, I'm surprised it's this low, but his career high in points is 33 points in his rookie season. He had 33 his rookie season as his career high. And crazy enough, looking at this, he hit 33 as his career high in 4 other seasons. So for 5 different seasons, his career out of his 10-year career, he had 33 points as his career high. And you're not going to remember this probably, but his for the Lakers, he scored 19 points was his high for the Lakers that year.
Really?
So yeah, so he did something.
I know that now. I feel better now.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yep. See, more you know about Deion Waiters. Next time you run into him at the supermarket, now you can say, "Hey, career high 33 points, buddy." Yeah. You're at that Philly cheesesteak slab.
Oh man!
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning into a fun packed We Like Sportz
Tune into
show.
the Cavs. The Cavs start in a half hour.
Yes, sir.
Tune into the
Tune
Cavs.
into the Cavaliers.
Good luck to Casey and his softball endeavor.
Hall of
Yeah,
Shamers.
good luck.
Hall of Shamers. That's our team
Good
name.
luck.
Hall of Shamers.
Good luck to the Hall of Shamers tonight.
That's right. We'll see what we can do. They're the reason why I missed the podcast. They make fun of me for doing the podcast because I missed practice through the podcast or vice versa. So
okay, well,
they're getting dollar margaritas at Applebee's right now.
All right. All right. Well, we better get you out of here then. Maybe you can get a half of one. But yeah, thanks to everybody that tuned in to We Like Sportz Show. We will be back next Monday at 5:30. So
yes,
I should be here.
Until then, hey, we like sports. We know you like sports, and enjoy all your sports. And we'll see you Monday 5:30. Take it.
No doubt. Peace.
Peace.
Go Cavs.
That's right. Go Ace.